Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope your day is going wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to create a card with the Spellbinders Large Die of the Month Club Kit for March 2021. Now this is called the Spring Together Lever Pull. So it is a interactive card. Super nice to put together, not that difficult. The back side of your kit has instructions on how to build your lever pull, and if you guys want a detailed description on how to create some bunnies and chickies and little lambs that pop up and down with the lever pull, I'll link the Spellbinders video for that down below. For today's card, I'm not going to make an interactive card. I just wanted to make a nice spring Easter card, and so we're going to use the dies in the kit this month. We are going to do some die cutting. We're going to die cut out a chickie and a bunny. So with white cardstock, we're going to take the ears. The face you're going to use for both the chickie and the bunny. This little piece are the nose basically, and then the ear pieces for extra color. You'll want to die cut that out with white cardstock. Well, at least I am, because I can color those elements, the noses and the ear pieces. The nose with pinks and oranges. Okay, there is a body piece that has the arms. The body already has the legs on it, so you don't have to worry about die cutting out the legs. But there's also a little flower in here, so we're going to die cut out 2 flowers. I wanted some spring colors, so I have purple and orange, and then I'm taking a darker green cardstock, and we're going to die cut out the stem. The flower is actually a layering flower, so you can layer both of these together. I'm going to create 2 stems with this, and then with this grassy piece you get a grassy border, which is really nice. I'm going to take a slightly lighter green cardstock and die cut out some grass with that. For my sentiment, I'm going to use the hello die. There's actually 3 sentiments in here. You have, you could put hello peeps, or you could put hello spring. I'm just going to use the word hello. I'm going to die cut it out with a dark gray cardstock. I wanted my hello to have a little dimension to it. So using my white liner tape, which is a double-sided adhesive tape, I'm going to add some behind my gray cardstock, and then when I die cut out the word hello, I can, I'm going to die cut it out 3 times so I could layer it together, just so my sentiment has a little bit of added dimension. White liner tape helps with thinner sentiments, but if you wanted to use glue, you could very well do that also. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and die cut everything out, kind of separate everything so we can piece together. First of all, we're going to piece together our little bunny, which I have to say is just the cutest little thing in the world. And the fact that you can create a pop-up bunny is just adorable. You can put them in the eggs, like on the reverse side of your kit. It has the bunny, the chickie, and the lamb, and then you pull the lever and they pop up and down. Again, I'm not going to do that today, but I think these guys are so cute. I went ahead and layered all 3 of my hellos together, and then we're going to build our bunny first. Now, the eyes pop out. I'm going to create some black eyes so they stand out. Well, I'm not going to actually create a black eye. I don't think I ever gave anybody a black eye, and this is the die cut. I'm going to go ahead and add some black cardstock behind this guy. If you wanted to use your Copic markers or actually any kind of marker and color in those eyes that punch out and then inset or inlay those, you could, but they're awful itty bitty pieces, so just putting black cardstock behind it's a lot easier. Now I like a little dimension to my little critters, so what I'm going to do is, at least for the bunny, I'm going to bring in some Distress Oxide ink. This is weathered wood. It's a bluey, kind of a bluey gray color, and I think it's going to highlight my bunny well. I actually highlighted all the pieces. You have the body, the 2 arms, and the head, and then the ears. I do like dimension to my critter, so I'm going to add a piece of foam tape at the very top of the body, and then I'm going to tilt this little guy's head. I think we're going to tilt it to the right, but I'm going to tilt his head and then add it with the foam adhesive. This just gives an extra layer. Go ahead and add another piece of foam adhesive while I'm at it, and then I shouldn't have did that, so I'm going to remove it. I suggest adding the ears first and then adding your foam adhesive. You just add a dot of glue behind the little hairs on the head here, and then you can tack down the ears to the bunny. And again, the head here is what you're going to be using for the Chicky and also the little lamb that's in the die set this month. I'm going to go ahead and replace my foam adhesive there. Okay, he is looking adorable so far. We just have to add his arms. We're going to add dots of glue to the ends, making sure they're the right way here. And then we're going to attach his hands to the body. His hands are straight out, so if you want to have him holding a flower, you could. If you want to mix and match your dies and maybe add a little carrot to his hand, I think that would be adorable too. Okay, we're going to add the nose, so I just added a little dot of glue. These are the pieces that we add to the face, just the oval piece I'm going to add to the center right between his eyes, and then I'll use my marker after it's adhered to color it in. To me, it's easier to color in after it's adhered versus coloring in those tiny pieces before they're adhered. And if you want to color, die cut them out with colored cardstock, you could do that as well. But the little bunny has little ear pieces. You add those, and then you can, made them pink. You can actually do any color you want, but I thought pink would be perfect, along with this little nose there. So that's basically our bunny. Pretty easy to put together. I think he looks so fun. Now I'm gonna set him aside and work on our little Chicky. I'm doing a little shading with fossilized amber Distress Oxide ink, the same exact way as I did the bunny. I'm going to add a foam square to the very top of the body, but this little guy, we're going to have his head tilting to the left. I always like the critters when their heads tilt. I don't know, it just makes them look extra cute. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and again do the same thing that I did with the bunny. We're going to add foam adhesive behind him. We're going to actually double up on the foam adhesive on his head because we added that extra foam piece to the body. So this is just going to level him out and make him nice and straight. I did add his arms, and now we're going to add his little beak. His little beak I'm going to glue to the center of his face here, just a little bit lower than the center between his eyes. And then I'll take my orange marker and then we'll color in his little nose, or his little beak, orange. And he looks cute. I just think they are adorable. Okay, so critters are all done. Flowers are pretty easy to put together. We'll grab those. This is the little eggshell that they could be popping up and down in. These are the leftover pieces that you would use for your little sheep that's in the die set. But I'm going to add a dot of glue to one of the flowers. I'm going to layer the next flower right on top. And I don't think there's any right or wrong way to do the layering. If you don't want to layer, you don't even have to layer them together. But I like the dimension that it gives with the colored cardstock. You just add your stem right over the top. If you want to put it behind or sandwich it in between, you could do that as well. But I like the look of the green on the flower part. I'll do the same thing with my purple. Just add our stem and our flowers are good to go. Okay, I think they look fun. I love Easter cards. I love the pastels, the soft colors, and I love spring. I love the flowers, and my favorite flower is tulips. So I just love spring cards. But anyway, I'm going to take this embossing folder. It is from Fun Stamper's Journey. It's called Big Dot, and I'm going to die cut out, or actually I'm going to emboss a panel that is about a 1/2 inch smaller than my card base. And then I'm going to take a circle die and cut out the grass here, and then I'm also going to take that same circle die and cut out a piece of white cardstock with it. Now I went ahead and quartered my embossed panel. Now the size of my embossed panel, I guess you might want to know that. It is 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches, and I just quartered it. So all panels are the same size. And then I thought it'd be fun to create different colors of panels with the polka dots. So it has polka dots that's cohesive, but when you add 4 different colors, I think it's going to be nice and springy. The first color we're going to add is a soft yellow. It's Squeezed Lemonade. I'm going to set that aside. I liked embossing powder, or Distress oxide inks for this because they're soft, and when you add it to the embossed area, some darker points go around the circle, so it really stands out. If you wanted to do color cardstock, you could very well with your pastels, but I think this is just a little bit more definition. Second color, I'm speeding through this, but second color was Sponge Sugar. Third color is Tumbled Glass, and then this last color is Shaded Lilac. So purples, blues, pinks, and yellows. Now once our background squares are all done, we're going to flip them over and add foam adhesive behind them. If you have fun foam, you could use fun foam. Foam squares would even work, but I have foam tape, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. I'm going to add my grass. Go ahead and put that on my circle there. And then I'm going to make a little room for my card base. My card base today is a standard A2 size card base. It measures 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. We're going to go ahead and add our foam adhesive behind all 4 squares. And then we're going to place them. You can put them any color you want, but I do have a purple panel and then a purple flower, and I wanted to make sure that where I'm going to put the flower is not going to hit the purple panel. You don't want purple on purple. You won't be able to see it. So I opted for blue on top left, purple on top right, pink on bottom left, and then the yellow on bottom right. And I did add a little bit of a gap between there, and I have a little bit of fuzz on the bottom of my panel there. I guess we're going to cover it up. Okay, next we're going to add our circle. Just remove release paper. Now this card has a lot of dimension, guys. It's still mailable. I think 2 stamps would probably work for it, but if you wanted to skip that extra layer of dimension, I would suggest maybe not adding foam adhesive behind your embossed panels, just securing them to your card base. But for me, I'm a dimension girl. I like a lot of depth to my cards. I'm going to go ahead and add my flowers, and we're going to put them just behind our little peeps heads here. The flower portion's overlapping from the circle, so I'm going to add a foam square behind it. We're going to add a small one behind the purple flower too. Okay, now we're just going to add a few bells and whistles. I'm not going to add no sparkle. I like the softness. Actually, we're going to add our little egg first. We decorated out one of the eggs with white cardstock, and I'm not going to pop it up. I'm just going to adhere it, kind of having it a little bit under the Chicky there. And then the top piece, you could put it next to the bottom eggshell, but I've seen in the pictures that they put them on the ears and the heads of these little critters, and I think it looks super fun. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on the Chicky's head here. He's just hatched. Okay, I'm going to zoom in. I have my black Jelly Roll pen. I'm going to go ahead and add some eyelashes to these little guys. Just 3 lines on the right and left side of their eyes. And you'd be surprised. You'll see in the close-ups how cute this looks. Oh my goodness. Love this effect. After we have the eyelashes added, I'm going to add a few little dots to each of the flowers. This is just going to bring a little white to them, kind of spread out that white color. And then that is my project today, guys. Again, if you guys want to know the interactive part of how to create with this die set, I'll list the video down below. Click on it, it'll say Spellbinders. And then if you want to see still shots, visit my blog, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a lovely day. We will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.